What Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans Inc. And today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for World Trigger chapters 243 through 245. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored. And we ain't sponsored by Shueisha, and we ain't sponsored by Manga Plus, and we ain't sponsored by Viz. Considering how much we promote Manga Plus on this channel, it's kind of surprising, right? But if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable Will Bubba Q, somewhere around here, and this operation literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one, feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below. So we're getting into day 5's results. So let's get into chapter 243. First, see what's in store for us today. The Wakamura unit gave a good fight, and now he is intrigued to know the positions. And this chapter is titled The Wave Mission Test Part 39. Today's rankings are in. Let's take a look. I want to see the special simulation results first, since, we were kind of on a roll today. Right. All right, so here we go. Whoa. So first place is the Squad 7 with 6 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw with 620 points. Second place is Utagawa Squad 1 with 5 wins, 1 loss, 4 draws with 580 points. Third place is Kitazoe Squad 4 with 5 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 540 points. Damn, like there's a huge drop, huge gap between Suwa Squad and Utagawa Squad. Damn, there really is. That's a gap. And then there's another gap between 3rd and 4th place with Kitazoe's and Wakamura Squad 11, who has 4 wins, 2 losses, 4 draws with 480 points. And then with 5th place, Mizukami Squad 9 with 4 wins, 4 losses, 2 draws, and 440 points. Then there's another big drop between 5th and 6th, which is a tie, actually, with Kadera Squad and Kadera Squad 6 and Ninomiya Squad 8, who both have 3 wins, 4 losses, and 3 draws, and 360 points. And then in 8th place is Ochi Squad 2, with 3 wins, 5 losses, and 2 draws, and 340 points. And then 9th place is Murakami Squad 10 with 2 wins, 3 losses, and 5 draws with 300 points. And then 10th place is Kakizaki Squad 3 with 2 wins, 4 losses, and 4 draws with 280 points. And 11th place is Kuruma Squad 5 with 2 wins, 6 losses, and 2 draws with 240 points. 4th, would you look at that? We placed higher than heavy hitters like Mizukami's and Ninomiya Squads. Incredible. Love to see it. Yusei's strategy really paid off. On the whole, yes. Yusei's like, yeah, bitch. Told you she'll listen. Told you to listen to me. That smug look ticks me off even if he's earned it. We placed dead last in the standard battle simulations 3 days running, but here we're 4th. The squad is capable of winning as long as we got a working strategy. Just listen to Yusei. He knows. Since we placed so high in the simulation rankings, maybe our overall rank got a boost too? Let's find out. All right, so let's take a look at the sealed environment phase current rankings. Oh, here we go. So Mizukami Squad 9. Whoa, there's a huge gap between Mizukami and the rest. Because Mizukami's squad has 9,708 points. And then 2nd place, Suwa Squad 7 has 8,788 points. Then Kadera Squad 6 in 3rd place has 8,645 points. 4th place, Kitazoe Squad 4 has 8,356 points. 5th place, Murakami Squad 10 has 8,352 points. 6th place, Utagawa Squad 1 has 8,262 points. Hi, Kitty. 7th place, Ninomiya Squad 8 has 8,161 points. And then 8th place, Kitty, stop. But, yeah, I should have... There's also, and yes, I will note that there is a huge gap between 3rd and 4th place with Kodera and Kitazoe Squad as well. And yeah, Yes, there is a gap between Ninomiya and Kuruma squad as well. Because Kuruma has 79,029 points and Ninomiya has 8,163 points. And then OG squad, then there's another kind of dip between Kuruma's squad 5, who's an 8th, and then OG squad 2, which is a 9th. And they have 7,793 points. And then Kagizaki Squad 3 has 7,702 points. And then Wakamura Squad 11 has 7,000. Ooh. Dude, that is a huge gap. They're not just last, they're dead last. Yo, 7,267 points. Woo! I guess one day of good results can't change the overall picture. Kind of a bummer. That said, the gap between us and 10th place has shrunk, but dude, that is still a gap, man. Man, now it feels like we wasted those first few days. If only I had done just a little better. It's true, if only I'd performed better from the very start. No crying or spilt milk, gang. There's also no denying that we're on the up and up. And meanwhile, Wakamura's squad 11, we've got 2 days left. We can let's rise as high as we can. Indeed, right? Because this is Wakamura squad 11 here that we're here. Current ranking 11th place, daily rank 4th place, special simulation 4th place. In the monitor room, I think Rokuro. God damn it! I covered Twin Star Exorcist earlier, so I'm sorry. Rokuro really put in the work. The guy did his best, and it worked. He should take the win and be glad. Yes. Did Rokuro and his people guess correctly about the strategy Suicide Squad used? More or less. For one, using the follow the leader on ally units made it easier to manage them all. There were a handful of creative innovations like that. Most of which were Makumo's ideas, like basic units that will automatically follow a designated leader unit, which is, I love that it's called follow the leader. Oh, I guess it wasn't a fluke that he beat Ninomiya in the rank wars. Suicide Squad won. Fact of the matter is, we came out on top again today. Oh my god, we came out on top today again. So this is the current ranking second place, daily rank first place, special simulation first place. Duh! Wow, is anyone surprised? Ain't that something? Just like yesterday, your tactics are getting the job done, Makumo. Well, it wouldn't have been possible without great ideas from you guys, like the jam. Dude, that is so smart to have a jamming unit. Like the jamming. Speaking of kitties, hi kitty. Why are you being a bad kitties? That's the Jam-A-Cat, the jamming special unit, not like a jamming. No, we're talking jam. Like that follow the leader trick in the radar jammer. That was brilliant. Creator Oki, implementer Ui, yeah. Let's see. Except my Trion Soldier got vetoed. The Robokatari cost 1,079 points. Too pricey. Pass. Economizer number 1. Winner. Sorry, I guess. Nah, who cares? As long as we keep winning. Because victory gets me closer to that date, my ultimate prize. Properly motivated Katori can't be beat! Take a look, though. Wakamura Squad actually brought home some wins today. True story. Jumping up to 4th place is something to write home about. That nasty flying unit must have really pulled its weight. We were right to shoot it down early. Rokuro should have shown he was capable from the start. No shit! But he can't understand how much he sucks. I can't understand how much he sucks until he takes a beating! That doofus four-eyed fool! Seems like someone's in a good mood. Yeah, holding it together for now, at least. So the only squads that took us down were Utagawa's, Kitazoe's, and Ninomiya's? Yep. Utagawa squad had to be the trickiest for sure. Didn't even give us time to form ranks. Going up against Kitazoe's squad felt like rolling the dice. And I think we could beat Ninomiya's with a little more effort. It was mostly a bad matchup. The way Amatori's overpowered unit came at our guys. Agreed. 600 points. Damn. What's up, Makumo? Oh, nothing. We're just feeling good and focused. Dude, Makumo is coming through. He's showing that, I may not have that much Trion, but I got the brains to make up for it. Yuma! My beloved! Utagawa Squad won. whose current ranking is 6th place, daily rank 3rd place, and special simulation 2nd place. What's got you grinning? I'm just thinking back on our match with Ninomiya's squad. Yeah, their designs were seriously out there. They barely even resemble Tryon soldiers. I suspect those were Kagami's designs. That'd be my guess, too. Ours are just as intense and imposing, though, thanks to your creativity, Sayoko. I like the one whose insides are showing, too. Seriously, I'm a fan of the pyramid myself. I forgot, like, those designs were so creepy. Like, what the fuck was that? Nah, they're nothing special. The Gala Squad may have performed well in the special simulations, but they wasted too much time designing their soldiers. And considering they made the least headway with the delegated assignments, shouldn't they have had Shiki handling that homework instead? On the other hand, she spent that time getting more comfortable chatting with the boys. That was a priority given that the combat phase of the exam is looming ahead. Gotta keep your eye on the future, Futaba. Oh, shut up! Unless the squad is willing to write off the seal environment phase altogether, they should aim for a more balanced approach. Like Murakami's squad didn't do so hot in the simulations, but they set aside time to chip away at the delegated assignments. In the end, that put them in a decent position. Sure, I get that we're in a decent position. And this is Murakami Squad 10. But I was hoping for more simulation wins. Is that why you're down in the dumps? So that's current rank. Remember, their current ranking is 5th place. Daily rank 9th and special simulation 9th place. I know I'm in no position to complain given my own lackluster showing. Still, I can't help but wish we could do better. I wish you would do better, Zeno. Why are you being a bad kitty? Stop being bad kitty. Be a better kitty. You're all so smart, and Murakami's got that side effect of his, so by all means, the squad should be a top contender. Surely you give us too much credit. You're making me blush. Don't scare me like that. My side effect really isn't so all-powerful, you know. It just makes me more efficient than the average person when training and studying. And that's a whole different ballpark than these simulation battles, which demand impromptu ingenuity. Zeno! Knock it off, you bad kitty! Makes sense. It's like processing what you learn versus spur-of-the-moment ideas. It's a simple fact that this squad didn't wind up with the idea people. Other squad's idea people. We're more the types to put ideas into practice. Rather than outlandish strategies in the heat of battle, the squad is suited to diligent consistency that bears out eventually. Exactly! That's what's so frustrating! I'm definitely an idea person. I definitely am that. If only there had been 3 more days of the standard battles. Heck, even 2 more days. We could have put together solid counter strategies and come away with more wins. The rules are the rules. The merciless schedule marches on, and the special simulations are only today and tomorrow. It'll all be over before we can even react to the other squad's tricky schemes. In that case, why don't we treat tomorrow as if it's day 4 instead? Day 4 meaning today was the first day of this stuff, so predicting our rivals' tactics was basically impossible. And tomorrow, everyone will be building on what they learned in today's matches, right? So what if we predict day 2 strategies based on today, and then predict day 3 strategies based on predictions for day 2? I counter you. I counter your counter. What the hell? I counter your counter, that counter, my counter. I counter your counter, that counter, my counter, that counter to your counter. By beating them to the punch with far-reaching counter strategies, we might stand a chance against squads employing zany tactics. You're suggesting we use today's results to go further down the path of possibilities than anyone else? Grab a crystal ball! Let's go! Possibly more effective than basic counter strategies, yes. And we do have spare time tonight. Feel better about this plan than hoping for a sudden flash of inspiration. We can start by writing out notes on the tactics that foiled us today. I'll focus on the Tryon soldiers. It's better than nothing. I'm happy to handle half of that task. Same here. I better hurry up with dinner then. Relax, it's no rush. Sheesh, for real? Trying to use brute force to predict potential future strategies? Just the sort of gamble Tsutsumi would come up with. Not exactly an efficient use of time or effort, but it might be worthwhile for Murakami Squad, which excels at powering through lengthy tasks. I hope it pays off for them. But when dealing with new rules at the drop of a hat, clever ideas tend to lead to victory. Ideas themselves matter, but the squad captain's approach might matter more. This is very true. Their approach, huh? Interesting thought. Care to elaborate? Hey, Kazuma Fuyushima. Here's my interpretation based on the results we've seen. Squads that came out ahead today were the ones whose captain zeroed in on an idea. Here's what we're going with, and let that determine their entire approach to the matches. So basically, having a focused idea and let that idea determine their strategy. As their central idea. With that main idea, see, I didn't even read that. With that main idea as a central pillar, let's hear more ideas to enhance Mikumo's. They solicited more ideas that synergize with the main one. That's one type of captain. You're basically describing Utagawa's, Kitazoe's, Sua's, and Wakamura's squads. Mizukami's too, probably. On the other hand, we have captains who tried to make use of everyone's ideas, aka it's kind of a clusterfuck. Great ideas all around, and ultimately wound up employing middle-of-the-road tactics. They fumbled around coming up with solid tactics and counters and lagged behind in battle with that overly balanced approach. You're saying it doesn't necessarily pay off to heed everyone's thoughts and opinions. Well, it's good to hear everyone's opinions, but it's better to come up with a consensus and then focus on that consensus and focus on a center idea and then have the group build around that central idea. You just have to have a foundation. You can't have all these fucking ideas all over the place. Mind you, it's a different story when one is trying to help one's squad mates learn and grow. There's plenty to be gained, plenty to be gleaned from both success and failure. It all counts as experience. But if the goal at hand is to win in battle, and it's the captain's duty to manage the squad's tactics effectively, well, don't you have it all figured out? Hey, Maxie, you want to offer a rebuttal to my captain over here? Huh? Get lost. Give me something. The squads with more losses than wins simply couldn't come up with an idea to serve as that central pillar, aka that foundation. They can only make do with what they have, so I say the results speak to the quality of each agent rather than the captain in particular. I kind of agree and I disagree. Yes, having a good central pillar is great. Well, that's obviously, you need a foundation, but even if you don't have if you have a bunch of ideas, it's up to the captain to find that central pillar. You need to have a chief amongst the Indians, so to speak. Yeah, exactly. Now get lost. As the captain herself, Kusakabe thinks responsibility lies with the other captains, because they are running the ship. Meanwhile, the two non-captains in this debate think that the rank and file need to step up. Why not both? Whatever keeps morale high, I guess. Smart thinking for someone so young. But I think everybody needs to step up. If the captain is fucking up, someone in the rank and file needs to step up and be like, look, why don't we try this? Because otherwise it's going to fall apart. So I understand both sides of the argument, but you have to have the third option where it's why not all the above? Okay, so now we're at Kakizaki Squad 3, current ranking 10th place. What you hiding from, Taichi? I'm nothing. I know I bum everyone out when I'm down in the dumps, so I'm nothing. An empty void. Treat me like I'm not even here, okay? Wait. Now you're being an even bigger bummer than before. God, look, we're trying to disappear. You must have all realized it by now that I'm not cut out to be part of any selection test. I'm the reason the squad can't win. I've been dead weight since the day I was born. Aww. Special simulation 10th place. Aww. You're way off the mark. Take a look. See the special assignment points for today? We got a perfect score. Damn. Perfect? Hang on. Did making Triumph Soldiers count as the special assignment today? Taichi, your contribution toward our little army were huge. Whoa, look at that. 5 perfect scores net us 500 points. A decent score is typically around 85, so that puts us about 80 points ahead of the others. There was nothing that special about the Triumph Soldiers that the rest of us made, so we definitely have to thank you for those high marks, Taichi. For sure. Good for you, Taichi. Old Kuro's got an eye for talent, and this is proof. Aw, shucks. I must have been a secret prodigy all along. What's wrong? I'm going to stop whining, I promise. Because I've got people who believe in me like you guys, and I don't want to let them down. Whoa, Taichi! Definitely. We know we can count on you, Taichi. Meanwhile, it's Sua Squad 7. Dinner's ready. Looks mighty tasty. Great, I'm starving. And we're grateful for the meal. Thank you for the meal. While we're eating, let's decide about tomorrow. Right. All right, here we go. What will Sua Unit's next move be? Now let's get to 244. Surprises them with an unexpected strategy. Tomorrow, let's take a relaxed approach with the special battle sims and not waste too much time creating Triumph soldiers. Relaxed strategy it is. Damn. And this chapter is titled The Away Mission Test, Part 40. What? Take it easy when we're on a winning streak? It's because we're on a winning streak. I memean, yeah, in these past 2 days, we've racked up some insane wins in The Sims, and what does this exact situation remind you of? The start of the original Battle Sims when Kami's and Ninomiya squads were winning big. It's just like that. Bingo! And how did it work out for them? They got countered hard by the other squads, which put a damper on their streaks. You're the one who brought it all crashing down for them, Sua. Because countering the standout hotshots is the obvious move. Well, yeah, because the standout hotshots get very complacent. Plus, we've risen to second place in the overall ranks. Hold on, though. In that case, shouldn't we have held our cards close to our chest today and unleash the big guns tomorrow when the points are winning are even higher? So basically, for the special simulation exercise, for wins, it's 100 points draw, 20-0 loss. You don't get any points if you lose. But for number two, the win points, you get 150 points. For draws, you get 30, and obviously you get nothing if you lose. Nope, that's not the strategy. Unlike in the normal battle sims where the avatars were set in stone, these special sims offer a lot more freedom in terms of playable units. There was a decent chance that today some other squad would have done something similar to what we did if we didn't do it first. Someone else might have. Right, hanging on to some secret strategy could backfire, and the early bird gets the worm when it comes to slick ideas. Since there are more points on the table tomorrow, just like in the standard sims, maybe we'll also be allowed to use more soldiers like before? Probably. Which means an even broader range of potential tactics, and a high chance that we'll see totally different strategies than today. Basically, tomorrow's all about predicting each other's strategies based on the cards that were played today and pitting those competing predictions against one another. So a game of luck with an emphasis on reading people, and we painted a target on our own backs. Exactly. So a game of luck with an emphasis on reading people, and we painted a target on our own backs. Exactly. Taking all those factors into account, even if we did pour more time into this, I'm not convinced we could boost our win ratio. The squads that can do more than just predict are Ninomiyas and Wakamuras by my count. Those two? Why? Because they've got Amatori and Hyosei. Yeah. You're talking sheer Triumph reserves. Only those two can create soldiers with remarkably high stats, and therefore put together tactics that other squads can't mimic. You got it. That's why I'm saying not to sweat this, and to spend that time on the delegated assignments instead. Now, Makumo, yes, you're on simulation duty. Throw together some low-effort tactics, stuff that's bound to go to work against a few of them, but don't bother concocting counter strategies for every single squad. Every single one? Yeah, no, that'd make my head explode. Understood. The rest of you chip away at those delegated assignments starting tonight so we aren't dragged down tomorrow by a giant pile of homework. Roger that. Working overtime. Yay. We could share pics of the problems later. Ninomiya Squad B. I think, but I do like the way he's thinking, though. I do. I think we did all right in the matches today, so now we're at Ninomiya Squad 8, which is, ranking 7th place. Daily rank 8th, and Special Simulation 6th place. Let's see. Squad 8 is their daily rank. Ha 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 ha. Ironically, it was thanks to Kagami's outlandish soldier designs that Amatori's unit really left an impression on our rivals. Right. Yeah. So tomorrow, I bet the other squads will keep Amatori's unit at a distance by bringing in more long-range units, just like Suwa Squad did today. Wakamura's squad also had a powerful unit that was unbeatable without ranged soldiers to take it down. That's true. So if our squad or Wakamura's squad brings a number of high-powered flying units into battle tomorrow, it would basically be a checkmate for any squads lacking range firepower. Exactly. Considering that risk, we can expect them to bring their strong range game against Wakamura too. I guess that forcing the enemy to adopt a particular counter strategy is one of Amatori's strengths. That's what I'm saying. So for tomorrow's battles, we should create units designed to beat ranged opponents. Yes, I think that'll be key. Do you really think that's good enough? Isn't there a chance they'll ignore the obvious risk and outplay us in some other manner? A chance? Sure. There are no absolutes when facing other people, but given my time in the rank wars, I've come to realize that rank B is full of diligent agents. Diligent? How so? I see. Interesting viewpoint. Diligent in what way? It's just what it's just what it sounds like. When they lose, they reflect on the loss. When they get beaten, they make a counter strategy. For the most part, these guys play it by the book. In other words, when they realize there's a particular way they might lose, they automatically compensate for it. A lot of them behave that way, especially in these shuffled impromptu squads. Mia, the types you're describing who might ignore obvious risks strike me more as A-rank agents. That is people who take bold risks and bend the rules. During today's matches, the only ones who put that sort of fear in me were Utagawas and Suwa squads. Both being opponents we beat today, by the way. Amatori's unit was perfect for hitting them where it hurt. Yeah, the Kumo and Yuma, of course. She's thinking about him. Yeah, we did it. We did beat them today, but if we're going to be wary of anyone tomorrow, it'll be those two. And maybe Wakamura squad, since they resemble us in some ways. His logic's a bit lacking in places, but he's got a solid viewpoint and sharp intuition. Fine. I'm going to take all of that into account and think up some tactics for tomorrow. Huh? Why, though? Shouldn't everyone else brainstorm too? You're all smart. I'll be the one to decide whether or not we employ your ideas. Mizukami Squad 9, who was in first place, with the daily rank of 7th place and special simulation 5th place. You're lacking out of sorts. Not happy with 5th place? Well, that's one factor, yes! I'm also frustrated that Kitazoe's squad used our plan to sow confusion with appearances, but did it better than us! You mean how other guys look like snipers? I think our strategy was successful. We took our rivals' background knowledge and used it against them. We started losing in the second half because the other squads had already come up against Kitazoe and were wary about being fooled by appearances. I see. The match order can affect how it plays out. What's got you deep in thought, Kashio? More or less got a grip on our rivals' strategies, except for Suwa Squad 7. I can't figure out the logic behind the success of their strength in numbers approach. As senior agents, what do you think? I've got a decent idea myself. Don't spoil the answer, please. I'd like to come up with it myself. Instead of sitting still and mulling it over, how about you do your thinking while tinkering away at the Triumph soldiers? I suppose you already know the answer, Mizukami? Haven't the faintest. Don't know much about nothing, really. I feel like he's lying. I feel like he's full of shit and he wants them to figure it out. Let me know in the comments. Kuromo Squad 5. Based on who's at the top of the rankings, it looks like squads with a clear vision are winning big. Yes, having a clear focus, a clear objective on what you're doing, aka a foundation, helps. While squads who try to react and adapt are struggling. Yeah, seems like it. Well, you can't. But the thing is, though, if you have a clear foundation of what you're doing, you can react and adapt as you're going. That's the thing. Maybe if they all, and this is 8th, yeah, Chromo Squad 5 is at 8th place, current ranking. Daily rank 11th and special simulation 11th. Maybe if they all came at us with distinct locked-in strategies, the adaptive formation would do relatively well. But our approach was a bad one for the chaos of this first day. I agree. There's no denying that our lackluster strategy didn't serve us well today. That was a bad judgment call on my part. Hey, at least he acknowledged it. So honestly, don't be too down on the down in the dumps, Yuba. No, I ain't down in any dump. I just think we've gotten beat down by a fancy trick one too many times. So now I'm pondering how to hit him back with a vengeance. Whoa, he's worked up over this, dude. I don't blame him. He's mad. That said, I'm feeling sorry, Korai, especially after you took the time to show me the ropes. Huh? Hey, don't mention it. I know you'll be carrying us to victory during the battle phase of the test, Yuba. Aw. Like hell I'm waiting that long. I'm going to get my revenge during this phase. While Okari was doing the dishes, Kid is always Squad 4. That's why we shouldn't waste much time prepping for tomorrow's special sims. Setting aside Ninomiya and Wakamura's squads and their natural try-in advantage, we're basically playing a big game of rock, paper, scissors with everyone else. Current ranking 4th place, daily rank 2nd place, and special simulation 3rd place. You think so? You agree, Same? Well, even somewhat. The respective matchups between different tactics are a major factor. Even during the matches today, winning relied on our strategy being a good fit for the opponent. But what do we do about those other two, Ninomiya and Wakamura? Go for draws, that's good enough. Well, we take the units we slap together and crank up the stats that'll help them defend and run away. As long as they endure for 5 turns, we'll be good. The first turn or two should be spent observing, since it's no big deal if we lose 2 or 3 units anyway. I hear ya, but that does sound like a pretty safe approach, and it makes our job a simple one. The assignments are where we're really in trouble. So far, Somi's earned about 70% of our delegated assignment points, despite the fact that she also worked on the sim tactics with me. Kind of a poor showing from the rest of you, huh? Oof, tell me how you really feel. People are cut out for different stuff. Well, those delegated assignments are tough. I'm not too confident I'll be contributing many points there. That's why you work together or copy off each other, duh. In that case, Sami and I will handle the first half, while you three take care of the back half. Those later problem sets are Trion related and should be plenty doable given the resources on hand. Resources being these? Yeesh! I can't make heads or tails of these diagrams. Dude, I would be hating this. Can you read the labels and explanations on the page? You are literate, yes? We gotta chip away at this, even if it takes serious time. Yeah, everyone else is dealing with the same stuff. Wakamura Squad 11. I see, the fundamentals of Trion engineering, is it? You say, do you understand this material? It's rather elementary content. You say, and the diagrams show all you need to know. You mean you can handle those delegated assignments? Well, as long as it's an open book test, the assignment shouldn't be an obstacle. Yes! Yo, for real? You hear that, Rokuro? Yeah? Yeah, we're still in the running. There's still hope that Squad 11 will come in dead last. Dude, Squad 11 is beyond dead last. Here's the plan. Hiyose, first thing tomorrow morning, you meet with Hasoi and get to work on those engineering-based questions. I have no objections. Man, is there anything you can't do? Seriously. He's related to Chief Cronin, after all. Oh, true. Indeed, we are definitely related. I gotta say, Tamakoma's agents are like it in another league. Well, Kuga and Amatori have been in the spotlight for a while. After today's Sims, I realized that Mikuma is also pretty wild. And Hiyose can do it all, except the Japanese language. Poor baby. Agent 4, Canada. Poor baby. The senior agents from Tamakoma are also forces to be reckoned with. Yeah, Torimaru's a good dude. Heck, they even got a capybara over there. Talk about packed house of top-tier elites. You're absolutely right. Everyone at Tamakoma brings the heat, which makes me wonder. Does Tamakoma branch have some sort of secret weapon that improves its members? Not as far as I know. I don't get the impression that there's anything special going on. Reichi and Torimaru's leadership is fairly ordinary. In terms of training efficiency, I imagine that those at HQ are better off given the broader diversity of sparring partners. So HQ is the superior environment in theory? Doesn't that mean we're looking at 100% natural talent? What you're calling natural talent only applies to Chika. The others are not so different from the agents at HQ. And Osamu, in fact, is around the bottom of the middle tier. Oh, that's so mean. If I've detected anything exceptional about the people at Tamakoma, it would have to be their capability, plain and simple. Capability? They're capable, huh? So it's not about their environment or natural talent. It's a capability gap? What does that even mean, though? If it's not about the setting or talent, then what's Mikumo got that I don't? Ooh, will this be an opportunity to grow? Let's see. The question was asked. What does that Osamu have that you don't? Well, firstly, do you have anything in common besides glasses? Well, yes, the question! That was so stupid. This chapter is titled Rokuro Wakamura. That was so stupid. I love you for it. Where's this question coming from, Rokuro? I just mean, crap, why'd I have to ask it out loud? Not important, really. Like hell, this isn't important. My instincts are telling me this could be the key to everything. The key to me changing for the better. Sorry, let me rephrase that. You say you claim that Mikumo doesn't have natural talent and that he doesn't have a superior training environment either. Yet shortly after his debut, his squad reached second place in B rank. I was competing in B rank for over for a year and a half before Mikumo even started, but he was able to whiz past me like it was nothing. So what's he got that I don't? I understand the question now. Going back to that natural talent element I mentioned, it's undeniably true that you've surpassed Asumu in that respect. Because the biggest factor in trigger-based combat is relative trying capacity. That's fixed in place. It can't be changed. On the other hand, you just brought up relative achievements between squads. Simply put, Tamakoma 2 is the superior squad. Are you dissatisfied with that conclusion? Yes, you asshole! Nah, that's obvious from the results alone. I guess what I'm asking is, what if I had taken Mikumo's place on Tamakoma 2? I'm not confident the squad could have reached rank 2 with me instead of him. Or the other way around, what if Mikumo were on Katori's squad? I have a feeling they would have ended up ranking higher. That's more than likely the case. Ooh, that's brutally honest. Ooh. So even with his low trying capacity, Mikumo somehow has the power to lead the squad he's on to victory? I'm asking what that power is exactly. Right. Stephen, oh my god! So, Rokuro, have you been viewing Mikumo as like your rival or whatever? I wouldn't exactly say my rival. Rather, and keep in mind, this is something I totally made up in my head. I guess I always thought of Mikumo as being one of us. Us who? You know, how some people just sort of wing it, no training, no studying, and still earn an A? Studying's for chumps. I can manage without. Like Yoko on my squad? Sure, one who got skills from the get-go. Well, Makumo's not like that. Like me, he's the hard-working type who trains diligently, or so I thought. Right, I see. Kitty! No, Kitty! Why do you fuck up my spot? Here we go. That's more, oh, I fucked this up, Kitty. You messed this up. So, since Mikumo, who's like you, is racking up, hold on. Yeah, there we are. Who trains diligently, or so I thought. Right, I see. So since Mikumo, who's like you, is racking up achievements, you thought he must have some sort of secret angle he's working? Is that it? Sure, you could put it that way. You say hardworking and diligent, but what sort of training do you do, Rokuro? Oh, well, I set up targets in the training chamber. You learned how to shoot from a Nukai, right? Yeah, I did. Nukai, Can you go into the specifics? Twice a week, I'm allowed to use Inomiya Squad's training chamber. During each 2-hour session, we chat about the last few rank war matches while I learn the basics of shooting. Oh, so you learned insider tips and tricks for gunners? Not really for the training itself. He was like, do your own thing. And he'd only step in to correct my mistakes now and then. Still, we chat about all sorts of topics during each session, so I'd like to think I've learned a lot in that sense. Have you been learning for long? I only started a little over half a year ago. Right. Tell me, Rokuro, in that time, what have you gained? I gained shooting skills and the knowledge of one of the elites. I see. After this conversation, I have a decent understanding of the difference between you and Asumu, but I'm not particularly inclined to explain. What? Wait, why not? 3 reasons. 1, you're unlikely to gain anything from hearing my explanation. 2, I fear that hearing what I have to say will cause psychological damage. No! And thereby negatively affect your performance during the selection exam. How brutal could this breakdown be? It may invalidate the training you've done with the Nukai up to this point. My time with the Nukai? How? You were a Nukai's disciple. Before giving you my explanation, I would first need to consult with him. Dude, what an asshole! Oh my god! But he's right, though! That's why, Kakizaki Squad 3, that's why you're reaching out? Huh? Awfully polite of you. Yusa, you're saying you realize the point behind my training? Hanzaki on the call just in case communication wasn't possible over the phone. Yes, because I underwent similar training. By conversing and questioning him during a standard training sessions, you were getting him accustomed to splitting his attention in the hope that when he faces an enemy in combat, he'll be able to track the movements of additional enemies. It's particularly effective and meaningful training approach for mid-range gunners who needs to control the flow of battle. Ding ding, correct. My question is why you would do this for half a year without revealing this fundamental truth to Rokuro. If you had some particular reason, then I shouldn't divulge the truth to him of my own accord. Seriously polite, like I said. Thing is, I never explained all that to Rokuro because I wanted him to realize his own power and potential first. But he needs supposed to start thinking for himself. For myself, huh? There should be a solid balance between thinking, this is some preaching right here. There should be a solid balance between thinking for oneself and seeking outside knowledge. This is so true. Because you need to think for yourself, yes. But yes, you got to seek outside knowledge when you need to. When you're not sure about something, yeah, ask questions. Seek out the knowledge and then take that knowledge and then apply it to what you know. And then go through that cycle. See? As of now, Rokuro tends to majorly towards the latter. Don't get me wrong, it's great to look to others for advice, but Rokuro lacks the capacity to mull over that advice and digest it. See what I mean? Capacity? How's that work exactly? Think of it this way. Since he's never grown a plant, he can't envision the seed and the bud, even if someone gives him a flower. How pretty will wither and die, and that's that. Oh, a fancy metaphor. So you were trying to get Rokuro to cultivate his own flower from scratch? Yep. See, I like this metaphor. This metaphor is great. So what he's saying is he was trying to plant the seeds of knowledge there and get Rokuro to cultivate his own techniques and his own, apply it to his own techniques. There we go. Give him that stuff, give him his own techniques, or teach him his own shit, or teach him his techniques. There we go. And then have him apply it to his own. That kind of thing. I'd be thrilled if he could think this over and realize the hidden purpose of our training, or get creative with the targets in the training chamber, or even come up with and suggest a totally different training routine. See? It kind of applies to what we saw in chapters, chapter 244 and 243. It's like that solid foundation. That solid foundation is there. But once you have that solid foundation, build around it. And that's what he's talking about in terms of ROKURO'S training. Anything really. I intended to wait it out until Rokuro used his own head and took action in some way. Hang on, that's an insanely roundabout way to do it. Why not just say think for yourself and be done with it? You can't just say that. That's like talking to a wall. You could tell someone to think for themselves until the cows come home. They have to want to do it. They need to be like, okay, we've done this for a while now. Why not try something different? It's a tricky thing. Say I told him, think for yourself. What's the correct answer here? He'd see that advice as a puzzle and start pondering the correct answer he thinks I want to hear. That's just the guy's personality. Ah, right, the correct answer, I see. Given the thought you put into this, I believe it's for the best if I refrain from offering Rokuro any answers or advice of my own. Nah, don't hold back. I was planning to tell him everything if he makes it onto this mission. Plus, the comment Rokuro chose you during the draft, Hiyose, I got the feeling that he was suddenly thinking for himself a little. He got to accept the consequences of making that choice for himself, even if the answers from you end up bumming him out. Everyone's so sure he'll be bumped out. He's probably going to. I can't be sure how he'll be effective. He'll be affected. But this conversation has been informative. You have my thanks. Sure thing. Rokuro's in your hands. What? I gotta agree with Hanzaki on this. Just teach the kid that he needs to know without all the roundabout cryptic crap. Aren't you his teacher? Nope, not an option, because What about when I'm gone? Exactly. You can't, sometimes with certain things, you can't be straightforward like that. They gotta be prepared, because you can't hold their hand the entire time. You gotta take the training wheels off at some point and let them ride on their own. Fly, they gotta fly from the nest at some point, so to speak. The master won't be there to wipe the master won't be there to wipe the disciples' butt forever. It's up to the former to help the latter stand on his own 2 feet. Because in combat, we are alone. Ain't that the truth? And there you have it. That's what Inukai was hoping for? So he says. I never caught on, not even a little. Half a year of time with Inukai wasted. Surely you gained something by hearing all of this. I don't believe there's a need for me to add anything else. No, hold on. I've come this far, so I can't wimp out and turn back now. For as much as Inukai wasted his time and effort on me, I need to step up and make good on it here, even a little. Very well. Let me continue then. See, this is an omen for Rokuro to change. Ooh. This is good. I really like this chapter in particular. I do. But hell, as I said earlier, and I'm kind of glad I covered all these chapters at the same time because of chapter 2, chapter 243 in particular, about how all these teams really need to not only come up with their own strategies and all that, but it's like it's about thinking for themselves, really. They do. They can't rely on someone forever. No, sometimes they got to think for themselves. And hell, adapt, too. I really like this in particular. Hell, and Rokuro has to learn this. He does. And that's why Asumu doing so. That's why Asumu is able to, why Asumu is doing better than Rokuro. Because Asumu knows who he is. He does. He's recognized his situation. He's learned a lot about himself. He's adapted, and he's able to lead because of that. So, I'm really curious what you guys think about this. And I have to wonder if Daisuke is kind of applying this kind of situation to himself, about the reality of what's happening with his situation a little bit. Daisuke, you do kind of need to apply this to yourself a little bit and get more assistance. You do. Or switch to quarterly, because, man, your health is really important, dude. Seriously. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more World Trigger content. A few ways you could do that: donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network, that's in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.